What's up racers, RacerBeast here and welcome back to another CSR2 video. Now I'm here with the Chiron Pur Sport, the Bugatti Chiron Pur Sport, and in this video I'm going to show you a good live racing setup for this car, okay? Now this is a decent low PP high Evo car, low performance point high Evo car, and I have tested this in a few lobbies. It has done well for me, okay? Now, if you look at my performance point and Evo point above 688 performance point to 1736 Evo points, it's a decent ratio. It somewhere comes down to 2.5 Evo points for one performance point. Okay, so it is a decent low PP high Evo ratio. Obviously, if you compare this to something like the Jesco and the Bugatti Centro TAC, which can give absurd a number of Evo points for a single performance point. This obviously won't be able to match that, but regardless, this is still a very good live racing car. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's have a look at the upgrades for this setup. Now, engine onto stage 6, turbo at stock, intake at stage 5, nitrous at stage 5, body at stage 6, tires at stage 3, and transmission at stage 5. Okay, so as I said before, this gives me a performance point of 688 and Evo point of 1736, which is a decent low PP high Evo setup. Now you need to take care that with a setup like this, you will have to try and control your runs. Okay, if you don't control your runs and if you keep beating dyno, you might get bumped up very easily. Okay, so you will have to avoid that at all cost. But initially you will get a lobby advantage where you will be faster than your opponents, and then it's up to all about controlling your runs. Okay, so with that being said, let's have a look at the tuning for this setup. So for me, nitrous all the way to the right, final drive at 2.65 and tire pressure at 8 psi. Now keep in mind, as far as the tuning is concerned, your tuning might be slightly different than mine depending upon what fusions you have. This is a baseline, so you will have to slightly adjust your tuning based on what fusions you have and what lobby you are aiming. For me, the dyno is 9.719, so I'm aiming for a 9.7 lobby, but as I said before, there is a good chance I can get placed into a slower lobby as well, okay, due to me having a low performance point high Evo setup. So with that being said, let's do a test run. I will also show you the shift pattern for this setup. Now there are two shift patterns which you can try out. See which works for you the best. Okay, one shift pattern involves a needle drop, so I'm going to show you that first. Another is a normal shift pattern. Okay, I personally wouldn't recommend you going for the needle drop because that's a little bit unreliable. Sometimes the needle drop happens, sometimes it doesn't happen. So I would prefer the second shift pattern, but regardless, let me show you the needle drop first. Here we go. Okay, so that was the one with the needle drop. Obviously it's a little bit difficult to control your car with that, because after the needle drop, the needle rushes towards the third gear very quickly. Okay, and then it's a little bit difficult to control. But here is the second shift pattern which I prefer using myself. So in this one, you are going to avoid the needle drop. Okay, now to avoid the needle drop, you will have to release the gas a little bit early. You will have to release at the count of 1. Okay, and then you will aim for all good shifts and hit nitrous on the second gear. Okay, so let me show you what do I mean. Here we go. Okay, so let's see what we ran with that. a 9.411, okay, and our dyno is 9.719. So this car is beating dyno by a huge margin, okay. But keep in mind that you are not supposed to beat dyno if you don't want to get bumped up, okay. So I would recommend to slow down a lot in your live races, okay. You anyways are going to win since you have a low pp high evo setup, and your car can also beat dyno, so you are anyways going to win and have a lobby advantage even if you don't go all out, okay. Because if you do something like a 9.4 with a 9.7 in a 9.7 lobby, you will get bumped up very easily, okay. So you will have to avoid that at all cost. You will have to control your runs, okay, and slow down as much as you can near the finish line, okay. So yeah guys, this is the setup, and we'll have a look at few live races, but I'm going to stop my commentary, okay. Enjoy the live races guys. This is RacerBeast signing off. See you in another video. Bye.
It's the calm before the storm. Things aren't as they were before. You best start bracing. Did you think you could keep us out? Shut the gates, forget us now. The tides are changing. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? Ground beneath your feet, with a whisper in the trees. Do you feel us watching? Hunger in our eyes, victories on our minds. It's our time to rise. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution.